Okay, good evening and welcome to Pod Swimming here in East Providence, Rhode Island for today's final session of the day, the mixed 15 and over session here. My name is Jeremy Brew. I'll be your host as we go through the order of events today, which will be first the 100 freestyle, followed by the 200-yard breaststroke, the 100 backstroke, and we'll finish things up today with the 200 butterfly. Just to go over some quick housekeeping items, and these are the same type of things that we've gone over many times. All swimmers are required to wear a mask unless they are eating, drinking their seat, warming up, or racing. Swimmers are also expected to maintain proper social distancing at all times. I would ask, I see we do have 7 people out there so far. Can someone hop on the live chat and just tell me if you can hear me okay, and if video is coming through okay? Just want to make sure. It's always good to have some reassurance before we fully get going here. As you continue to watch the wall-ups here from Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island, the Gators right now going through their starts. Gigi, you don't see anything. Okay. Can someone else also comment on that? Because the video is passing through perfectly. So just want to make sure. No video. Okay, interesting. Okay, folks, give me a second here to investigate this. Everything is good on my end. 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, folks, so I've confirmed everything is going well on our end here. We're passing video and audio through. So, all right, Lynn says she can see video now. Sandra, you good? You should be able to hear me and see the pool right now. Charles Teague says it's working. Perfect. Thanks, Charles. Am I hearing any? Oh, she must be talking to... So I'm going to proceed here because we're going to be starting probably about 5 minutes early. Audio not working. Interesting. Okay, so Sandra, I think the issue might be on your end because I'm getting... All right, now we go. Sandra can hear me. We can move on. Great to hear, folks. Once again, thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon for the final session of the day, the 15 and over section. Just wanted to go through a quick Few ground rules I think everybody is already aware, though. Just like with practice, parents are not allowed inside the building unless you're volunteering. Also, out of respect for the pod's facility and the guidelines that are in place here in the state of Rhode Island, we ask parents who are in the front parking lot to avoid sitting in large groups, maintain proper social distancing, and wear a mask if necessary. In addition, we ask that parents not gather around the front windows of pods and the side doors, and instead utilize the live stream to watch your children race. Lastly, a reminder that Gators, in conjunction with Pods, is partnering with the Hope and Faith Drive to collect canned and non-perishable food donations, which are being accepted now and can be dropped off in the marked bins located in the Pod swimming lobby. So last night I had the pleasure of talking with Carl Sweeney. Carl and his family are the founder of Hope and Faith. They are a charitable organization that began in 2001, and they had the idea of helping local families who struggle to meet some basic needs, and started collecting canned items and monetary donations, and have been making an impact in the East Providence and surrounding communities for the last 9 years. So great work from Carl Sweeney and his team at the Hope and Faith Drive as well. Folks, I'll also add that we're fortunate enough, we have a sponsor for today's swim meet. So our sponsor is Fairway Independent Mortgage. TJ Curran, a mortgage broker with Fairway, a good friend of mine, long-time friend, and he has graciously agreed to sponsor our meet today. What the Gators family is going to do is, with any sponsorship monies that we receive from this meet and the following meet in December, we're going to adopt a family or two around Christmas time, get a Christmas list for some of the less fortunate children out there, and buy some gifts. So hopefully we have a good turnout for that. But TJ did have a message that he would like me to send along to you. Are you drowning in debt? Just managing to stay afloat, paying your current mortgage? It may be time to swim into a mortgage refinance. Or maybe you're looking to freestyle into a pre-approval for a new house with a pool. That sounds good, right? Rates are in the twos for those who qualify. Call TJ Curran 401-258-8523 or check him out online at www.mortgagesonmainstreet.com. NMLS ID 67740. Equal housing lender. I can tell you that there is not a mortgage professional in the business that hustles like TJ does. So if you do call him for any business, you will be very satisfied and you will be extremely happy. So once again, thank you to Fairway Independent Mortgage. And we're really looking forward, folks, as you continue to look at everybody is cleared out of the pool today for right now. Warm-ups are just about complete. We were slated to get started at about 5:15. I think we're going to be starting in about 5 or 6 minutes here. I see Sandra's checking in still. Kristen Cartwright, nice to see you. Helen Savicki, go Gators, yes. Helen, this is her second time checking in. That was fantastic. Sandra, yes, it is pretty fantastic that we now have a sponsor for our swim meet today. So once again, folks, we're going to have, first event will be number 18, the mixed 15 and over 100-yard freestyle. And I wanted to set the stage for what you're going to see. So in lane 1 will be Madeline Babcock. She is a 17-year-old swimmer from Gators. And Madeline is blind. So as you will see once the meet gets started, on one end of the pool, Madeline's mother will be, and on the other end of the pool, her coach, and they will have a stick-like apparatus with like almost a foam cushion wall at the end. And when Madeline gets close to the wall, they will tap her on the head so she knows where the wall is. I was watching this young lady in warm-ups, and it was absolutely incredible. She's a very fast swimmer, and just a testament to the will and perseverance to be in the pool competing at this level. So it's going to be very good. You're going to see Madeline right off the bat, heat 1, lane 1. So Lane 1 is the furthest lane from the camera. Lane 6 is the closest lane to the camera. Volunteers have shuttled into the building. We'd like to thank them as well. So I see Al Lopes, Andy Lombardi, Tim Groves, Cindy Klipfel, with people, everyone with their masks and stuff to identify everybody, but we do appreciate all the volunteers who have chosen to spend their time with us this weekend, including the officials Ken Cartwright, Dickie Parasol, and Abby Marino have been with us since first thing this morning at about 6:30 a.m. So it's been a long day for them. So we appreciate all of their volunteerism here this afternoon. Also, wanted to say thank you to Pod Swimming, Susan and her staff for doing a great job to keeping all of the swimmers, swimming athletes safe here today, and property is in perfect, pristine condition, as always here at Pods. And really thank you to the coaches and everybody that is allowing us to get the kids in the pool, a little bit of normalcy here. I see we're up to 26 people on the live stream, so thank you for taking the time to join us here, folks. Once again, you're going to see Madeline Babcock in lane 1. She's a 17-year-old swimmer from Gators who is legally blind. So I was talking to her coach a little bit earlier today, who informed me of the process and what they do. So you will see that. I'm going to get the camera right now to the opposite end of the pool, because I do really feel this is a great story and should be highlighted. That the man in the white shirt is Madeline's coach, and that is the I call it, I don't know, I guess I would call it an instrument that will be used to notify Madeline when she gets to the end of the pool, and she is standing over there in the center of your screen with her mother, who will be on the other end doing the same thing. So again, quite the remarkable story. Very much looking forward to seeing Madeline swim. But we're just about ready to go here, folks. So here we go. Mixed 15 and over 100-yard freestyle. Heat 1 of 7. Lane 1 will feature Madeline Babcock from Gators. Lane 2, Henry Frazier. Lane 3, Izzy Alonzo. Lane 4, Lily Jonkis. And in lane 5, Molly Coughlin. Lane 6 will be open. Swimmers have made their way to the blocks. Looks like our officials are ready. Whistle has blown, and we are ready to go, folks. Here we go. Mixed 15 and over, 100 free. Clean entry here, and I'm going to get you in a little closer to the action here to take a look at lane 1. And it looks as though when Madeline gets the tap on the back by her coach on that end, and it's going to happen on this end from her mother, that is when she initiates her flip turn. So pretty remarkable, folks. This young lady cannot see, and she is out here competing at a very high level here in New England. So great job, Madeline. So get back to the action here, 100 free. It looks like we're coming home. It's going to be in lane 2, Henry Frazier in the lead. Lane 4, Lily Jonkis coming up right behind him. We're going to have Henry Frazier taking first place out of lane 2. Lily Jonkis right behind him. And there you'll see Madeline Babcock at the finish here in lane 1. Fantastic job. What a great feel-good story. Very happy to be able to bring that to you here this afternoon. So as the swimmers go and do their 50 cool down after every race, they will do a 50 cool down here. We're going to get you geared up for heat number 2. Heat number 2 of 7 will feature in lane 1, Megan Morrissey. In lane 2, Anya Rivera. In lane 3, Sophia Wong. In lane 4, Ochi Lowe. In lane 5, Owen Bradner. And in lane 6, Camilla Cuellar. So Sophia Wong comes into this heat with the best time, clocking a 57.98, followed closely by Ochi Lowe from Crimson with a 58.23. So lane 4, Ochi Lowe will be your lone Crimson participant. Rest of the participants will be Gators as Heat 1 makes their way out of the pool. Heat 2 is lined up. They're ready to go. They're making their way to the blocks here in the mixed 15 and over 100-yard freestyle. Once again, this will be Heat 2 of 7 heats. Great job here this afternoon at Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. So once again, to reset it for you, lane 1, Morrissey. Lane 2, Revere. Lane 3, Wong. Lane 4, Lowe. Lane 5, Bradner. And in lane 6, Cuellar. Heat 2, 100-yard freestyle, ready to go. Clean start to the action here. Waters are churning. Looks like Owen Bradner in lane 5, off to a really quick start. Owen's a 16-year-old swimmer from Gators. And as we reach the halfway point, it is Bradner who is out in the lead with Sophia Wong from Gators occupying lane 3 and the second place position here in the 100 free. And Wong has closed the gap a little bit here. Let's see if Bradner can hold her off. Bradner's in 5, Wong's in 3. She's making a move. I don't think she's going to catch him, though. Owen Bradner out of lane 5, first place. Sophia Wong in lane 3 in second, and Anya Rivera in lane 2 in third place. Great job. All of the swimmers there. They will go on and take a quick 50-yard cool down. April Parasol checking in here. April's daughter Angela swam in the 13, 14-year-old session a little bit ago. Thank you for joining us today, April. And yes, your husband is a warrior. He's been here all day, and last weekend, or excuse me, last meet, he was here for that whole meet as well. So we all appreciate, without the officials, folks, we wouldn't be able to have these meets. So muchos gracias. As we move on to Heat 3 of 7 of the 100-yard freestyle that will feature in lane 1, Sobin Lacey. Lane 2, Courtney Bogosian. Lane 3, Eve Piazza. Lane 4, Ginger Berry. Lane 5, Paige Meller. And in lane 6, Savannah Lombardi. Your top time in this heat belongs to Eve Piazza, 16 years old from Crimson, with a 57.13, followed closely by Ginger Berry, 18 of Gators, 57.24. I don't know if I see Ginger. I know Ginger is one of the collegiate swimmers here with Gators. Doesn't look like Ginger Berry is here in lane 4, so lane 4 will be open. Heat 3, 100-yard freestyle. It's early, but it's going to be Courtney Bogosian from Gators in lane 2 out to an early lead on the field after the first 50. Bogosian is cruising in lane 2. She's got about a 2 body length lead on her closest competitor, which would be Paige Meller in lane 5. Bogosian has made the turn. She's headed for home. It will be Courtney Bogosian from Gators in lane 2 here in heat 3, capturing first place. It looks like second place will be lane 5, Paige Meller, followed by Savannah Lombardi in lane 6 from Gators. So very exciting heat 3 of 7. And let's see who won the first heat of the 100 free. You know what? 2023 Henry Fraser. That is a good question. I think it was Henry. You'll have to excuse me. We did have our attention on Madeline Babcock in lane 1 for a little bit of that time, but I think it was Henry. I'll have to get back to you on that. So I apologize for that, but we're moving on to heat 4 of the mixed 15 and over 100 free, which will feature in lane 1, Julia Palchat. In lane 2, Mateo Smith. In lane 3, Caitlin Lacey. In lane 4, Meredith Teague. In lane 5, Kendra Daly. Shout out to Kendra's dad, Brian, friend of mine. And in lane 6, Kelsa Dador. So once again, Palchat, lane 1, Smith, lane 2, Lacey, lane 3, Teague, lane 4, Daly, lane 5, and Dador in lane 6. Kelsa Dador is the lone Crimson participant here in heat number 4 as the swimmers make their way to the starting blocks. As they remove their masks and parkers, get ready for action. And officials are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this is heat 4 of the 100-yard freestyle. And it's Mateo Smith out to an early lead after the first 50. He's in lane 2 at the top of your screen here. Looks like Meredith Teague in lane 4 is a distant second. She's fighting close with Caitlin Lacey in lane 3. It's going to be Mateo Smith, but who's going to take it here? Teague or Lacey? Teague starts to pull away at the end in lane 4, and it's going to be Meredith Teague capturing second place, but Mateo Smith out of lane 2 will be your heat 4 winner. Swimmers will once again do a cool down 50 swim here at Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island, and that will take us to heat number 5 already, heat 5 of 7. Lane 1 will feature Rachel Papineau, lane 2, Harry Fang, lane 3, Alex Lopes, lane 4, Sammy Hagberg, lane 5, Olivia Klipfel, lane 6, Taj Weeby. So Alex Lopes comes into this heat with the best time, 53.56, followed closely by Sammy Hagberg in lane 4. Alex is a 15-year-old swimmer from the Gators as well, and Sammy is a 18-year-old from the Gators. So this should be a really good race. Heat 5 of 7 coming up as the swimmers from heat 4 exit the pool. Swimmers for Heat 5 make their way to the blocks here at Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. Again, this is Heat 5. Lane 1, Papineau. Lane 2, Fang. Lane 3, Lopes. Lane 4, Hagberg. Lane 5, Clipfell. And in Lane 6, Taj Wiebe. They're off. They're in the water here. Heat 5 of 7 of the 100-yard freestyle here in the 15 and over session this evening at Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. So we got 50 down and 50 to go, and it's going to be Alex Lopes leading the way in lane 3 with Harry Fang close behind him in lane 2. Lopes had the fastest time in this heat coming into this race. Let's see if he can hold off Fang, who is making a move here in lane 2. As they approach the flags, though, it's going to be Alex Lopes in lane 3 with the Heat 3 win. Excuse me, the Heat 5 win, followed by Harry Fang in lane 2. Fantastic race there, and the swimmers will now again go through the traditional 50 warm down, and we'll talk about heat number 6 of 7, which will feature in lane 1 Emily Kang. And while I see Emily Kang's name here, I do believe that Emily set the Gators pool record for her time on November 1st of a 53.98 in the 100 free. So this will be very interesting to see Emily swim here. So lane 1, Emily Kang. Lane 2, Andrew Ng. Lane 3, Jaden Bunt. Lane 4, Abby McGuire. Lane 5, Dana Lee. And lane 6, Jayla Pina. So a lot of very fast swimmers in this pool here in Heat 6. Jaden Bunt coming in with the fastest time of 49.94, which is almost 3 seconds faster than his next closest competitor, who would be Abby McGuire. So the swimmers are making their way to the blocks. Will be underway shortly. Once again, this is Heat 6 of 7 of the 100-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Kang. Lane 2, Ng. Lane 3, Bunt. 4, McGuire. 5, Lee. Lane 6, Jayla Pina. Good clean start here. And you can see at the 50-yard mark, Jaden Bunt is out to an early, commanding, powerful lead here. Out of lane 3, at least 2 or 3 body lengths. 2 body lengths. In front of the next closest swimmer, folks. This is a race for second place. It's going to be between lane 2, Andrew Ng, and lane 5, Dana Lee. Jaden Bunt's taking it out of lane 3. Who's it going to be? Lee or Ng? And it's Andrew Ng out of lane 2. Coming in second with Dana Lee in lane 5. coming in third. But Jaden Bunt was the story there, folks. Got out to a early lead within the first 10 to 15 yards, and he didn't look back. He's a 16-year-old swimmer out of Gators, and I wish I had a scoreboard here so I could show you or give you some times, but I don't have times here, folks, and that's going to bring us to our Fairway Independent Mortgage signature heat, which is heat number 7 of the 100-yard freestyle, and will feature in lane 1, Matthew Wang. In lane 2, Gabe Lee. Lane 3, Alex Park. Lane 4, Theo Baudet. Lane 5, Matt V. Ivanov. And in lane 6, Troy Pina. Your top time coming into this event is Alex Park. So he's a 21-year-old swimmer from Brown University. He has a time of 46:01. So again, Alex's time about 2 seconds faster than the next fastest competitor here. We'll see how that time holds up. And we do have Troy Pina joining us here. He is also a 21-year-old swimmer from St. Peter's in New Jersey. So as we customarily see around the holidays, many of these collegiate swimmers, when they're at home at their break to continue their training, they'll go back to their old club teams. If there's a meet, great. If not, they'll go through and do their practices. So they're making their way to the starting blocks right now. And this is going to shape up to be a very quick, very fast race. Looks like about 2.5 seconds separate everybody here. Keep an eye on Park in lane 3, Baudet in lane 4, and Ivanov in lane 5. And they're off, and I got to be very fast on the camera, folks, to keep up with these guys. And it is Alex Park, after the first 50, who's leading the way here. If you notice, the swimmers are tightly bunched up. Lanes 2, 3, 4, 5. Very close as they hit the wall and take the turn for home. It's going to be Alex Park in lane 3, but who's going to come in second? It's a race between lane 2 and lane 4. It's too close to call. As a matter of fact, folks, Gabe Lee may have snuck in here and out-touched Alex Park. So we had a finish of Lee, Park, Baudet. We know Baudet came in third. Not sure about Lee or Park, but very fast racing. I'd love to see the times on that. It looked as though Troy Pina, who was in lane 6, was racing to get an official time or an official split on the 50. So that'll conclude our 100-yard freestyle and bring us to the 200 breaststroke, where once again, folks, you will see in lane 6, Madeline Babcock. Madeline is legally blind and does have the help of her mother and one of her coaches. So she'll be in lane 6. But rounding out the field will be lane 1, Molly Coughlin, lane 2, Oshie Lowe, lane 3, Grace Bogosian, lane 4, Henry Frazier, lane 5, Lily Johnkus, and in lane 6, Madeline Babcock. Case warm down is over. Swimmers are making their way up for heat 1 of the 200-yard breaststroke. Lane 1, Coughlin. Lane 2, Lowe. Lane 3, Bogosian. Lane 4, Frazier. Lane 5, Jonkis. And in lane 6, Babcock. Heat 1, 200-yard breaststroke. So at the 50-yard mark, it's going to be Bogosian and Frazier pacing the field here out of lanes 3 and 4. Bogosian wearing the yellow cap with the red tech suit. Frazier in lane 4 with the black Gators cap. They lead the way here. So again, we have Madeline Babcock in lane 6 from Gators. As Bogosian has extended her lead a little bit over Henry Frazier as she touches the wall for her first 100. One thing I have noticed today, especially out of the 13 and over groups where it is allowed, is that many more swimmers have been wearing their tech suits this weekend. And I think that's obviously a testament to, we don't know how many meets we're going to have this year. Everybody wants to get a best time clocked and logged in here. So again, it's Bogosian and Frazier leading the way here. Bogosian in lane 3, Frazier in lane 4. Let's see if Frazier's got enough to catch Bogosian. He's about 2 seconds behind going into the final 50 here. As Bogosian makes the turn, Frazier makes the turn. Bogosian's opened up about a 2.5 second lead. She's approaching the flags. I don't think anybody's going to catch her. So your winner is going to come from lane 3, Grace Bogosian from Gators, followed very closely by Henry Frazier in lane 4. Third place is going to be Oshie Lowe from the Crimson. And finishing up here in lane 6 is Madeline Babcock from the Gators. So swimmers will now do a 50 cool down, and that will bring us to heat 2 of 3 of this mixed 15 and over 200-yard breaststroke. In lane 1 will be Savannah Lombardi. In lane 2, Ruby Groves. In lane 3, Kate Hanley. In lane 4, Dana Lee. In lane 5 will be open, actually. And in lane 6 will be Owen Bradner. Top time coming into this heat will be Kate Hanley from Gators at a 2:24.46. Followed very closely by Dana Lee with a 2:25.24. So once again, this will be heat 2 of 3 of the mixed 15 and over 200-yard breaststroke. As you see, the swimmers finish their cool down here at Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. So once again, to reset here, in lane 1 will be Lombardi, lane 2, Groves. In lane 3, Hanley, lane 4, Dana Lee. Lane 5 will be open, and in lane 6 will be Owen Bradner. Swimmers are making their way to the blocks right now. Okay, so we have lane 1 and lane 5 open. And they're off here. Heat number 2, mixed 15 and over, 200-yard breaststroke. So your leader at the 50-yard mark is going to be Owen Bradner, 16-year-old swimmer from Gators, followed closely by Dana Lee in lane 4. Looks like Dana has made up a little bit of time on Bradner in lane 6. He is holding on to a very precarious lead on Dana Lee in lane 4. As you can see, he's out in front by about 3 or 4 tenths of a second right now. Hanley in lane 3, Ruby Groves in lane 2. And you get about as tight of a race as we can get here, folks, between Owen Bradner and Dana Lee, lane 6 and 4, respectively. And it looks like Lee touches the wall first, coming in for her final 50. She's in lane 4. She has indeed opened up the slightest of leads on Owen in lane 5, and we're getting set up for a very, very good finish here as both swimmers make the turn and head for home. Again, Bradner in 6, Lee in 4. Bradner has snuck out ahead a little bit. He's in lane 6. They approach the flags, and it is going to be lane 6. Owen Bradner about 2 tenths ahead of Dana Lee in lane 4, with Kate Hanley and Ruby Groves to follow. Fantastic race there by Bradner and Lee. But it was Owen Bradner in lane 6 from the Gators, taking the top spot. That will bring us to our final heat of the 200-yard breaststroke, and this is the Fairway Independent Mortgage signature heat of the event, and it will feature in lane 1 Kelsa Dador from Crimson. In lanes 2 and 6 will all be Gators swimmers. Lane 2 Andy Way. In lane 3 Kevin Jang. Lane 3 let me reset that. In lane 2 Andy Way. In lane 3 Kevin Jang. In lane 4 Alex Park. In lane 5 Max LaRoche. And in lane 6 Jayla Pina. So Kevin Jang comes into this event with the best time of 2:07.61. I will say keep a close eye on Alex Park in lane 4, Max LaRoche in lane 5, and Jayla Pina in lane 6. All extremely fast breaststrokers here. So this should be shaping up for a really good event. Swimmers are making their way to the blocks here as Heat 2 clears out of the pool. Once again in lane 1, Dater, lane 2, Wei, lane 3, Jang, lane 4, Park, lane 5, LaRoche, and in lane 6, Jayla Pina. Officials are ready. This is the Fairway Independent Mortgage Signature Heat 3, 200-yard breaststroke. And it is Kevin Jang in lane 3. It's going to be your early leader here after the 50 turn. Followed closely, very closely, by lanes 3, 4, and 2. So Wei, Park, and LaRoche. And at the turn, it is Kevin Jang, followed closely in lane 2 by Andy Wei. They are your leaders. Max LaRoche very close behind here. This is shaping up to be a very excited finish. Jang continues to be your leader here in lane 3. LaRoche is making a move in lane 5. Wei still seems to be holding on to the number 2 spot in lane 2. And it's going to be Andy Wei and Kevin Jang in lanes 2 and 3, folks. This is where I would ask you to focus your attention here. It's going to come to the wire down between these two. Again, Kevin Jang, lane 3, Andy Wei in lane 2. They're hitting the flags. They are almost dead even, folks. And it looks like it's going to be, too close to call. It looks like lane 2, Andy Wei may have gotten the touch there. But almost a virtual dead tie there between Andy Wei in lane 2 and Kevin Jang in lane 3. So what a fantastic ending to the 200-yard breaststroke. These guys are definitely out of breath after that one. And this is going to take us to event 20, the mixed 15 and over 100-yard backstroke. There are 6 heats. Heat 1 will feature in lane 2, Lily Jonkus, in lane 3, Molly Coughlin, and in lane 4, Henry Frazier. Molly Coughlin comes in with the best time of a 1:21, but not too far behind her is Henry Frazier with a 1:22.6. Just a level set there. Molly Coughlin a 1:21.88, Henry Frazier a 1:22.65. So they're less than a second apart. And Lily Jonkus is right behind them in lane 2. So that's going to set the stage for heat 1 of 6. This, again, is going to be a very interesting event here with the only participant with a time under a minute is going to be in heat 6, Matthew Wang, 15-year-old from Gators, with a 56.19. So we will see how all of that transpires as Heat 3 makes their way out of the pool. Heat 1 begins their march to line up again in lane 2, Jonkus. In lane 3, Coughlin. And in lane 4 will be Henry Frazier. Swimmers will be in lanes 2, 3, and 4. This is heat 1 of the 100-yard backstroke. So at the halfway point, it is Jonkis, Lily Jonkis in lane 2 with a little bit of a lead on Henry Frazier there in lane 4, but you'll see Frazier looks to be making a move here. It's closely hugging that lane line between lanes 3 and 4, but it is Jonkis who hits the wall first and makes the turn for home. Can Frazier catch her? Can Coughlin catch up? Let's see what happens here as both of these swimmers hit the flags. And it's going to be Lily Jonkis in lane 2, squeaking out a victory over Henry Frazier, who came in second place and was in lane 4. Great job. By all the swimmers there, and that's going to take us to heat 2 of 6, which will feature in lane 2 Izzy Alonso, in lane 3 Camilla Cuellar, in lane 4 Megan Morrissey, and in lane 5 will be Madeline Babcock. So lanes 1 and lane 6 will be empty here. Again, in this heat number 2 of 6 of the mixed 15 and over 100-yard backstroke. You'll see the swimmers are just finishing their cool down here. It's been a long, exciting day at Pod Swimming here in East Providence, Rhode Island. A lot of great swims, a lot of happy smiles on all of the athletes' faces. And we are ready to go here. So just a quick reset. Alonso will be a scratch in lane 2. So your swimmers will come to you from lanes 3, 4, and 5. Cuellar, Morrissey, and Babcock. Once again, this is heat 2 of 6, 15 and over, 100-yard backstroke. So Cuellar and Morrissey battling here. As we reach the halfway point, it's Cuellar in lane 3. First to touch there, followed by Morrissey. Coming down the stretch here, it's going to be Cuellar and Morrissey. They are neck and neck. And once again, folks, we're shaping up for a very exciting finish here. And it's going to be, looks like Cuellar in lane 3 may have outtouched Morrissey. Madeline Babcock finishing up here in lane 5. Again, a tremendous race by all of the swimmers there. As we quickly progress through our program here, that's going to take us to heat 3 of 6 of the 100-yard backstroke. In lane 1, Savannah Lombardi. Lane 2, Rachel Papineau. Lane 3 will be open. Lane 4, Kelsa Dador. Lane 5, Owen Bradner. And in lane 6, Sobin Lacey. Swimmers are finishing the warm down here as nightfall has come upon us here at Pods Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. Again, we're coming up on heat 3 of 6, which will feature in lane 1, Savannah Lombardi. Lane 2, Rachel Papineau. Lane 3 will be open. Lane 4, Kelsa Dador. Lane 5, Owen Bradner. And in lane 6 will be Sobin Lacey. All of these swimmers are Gators except lane 4, Kelsa Dador from Crimson. Rachel Papineau seems to be a fan favorite here, getting a lot of cheering from her teammates here, as you can probably hear. This is heat 3 of the 100-yard backstroke. Very tightly bunched field here. Looks like maybe Lombardi in lane 2, maybe Bradner in lane 5. Out front here at the 100-yard mark, it's definitely Lombardi who touches first to begin her final 50. Lombardi is out of lane 2 wearing the pink and black tech suit. Lane 1 is at the very top of your screen. Lane 6 is at the very bottom. As they make the turn and head for home, it is Savannah Lombardi with a pretty commanding lead out of lane 2. She's going to take heat 3. Looks like Kelsa Dador from Crimson in lane 4, coming in second. Okay, so little mishap there. Incorrectly identified was Savannah Lombardi. So it was Rachel Papineau in lane 2 that took first place. So congratulations to Rachel. She was followed by Kelsa Dador in lane 4 and Savannah Lombardi in lane 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long day at the pool. So I do apologize. For that, with Bryce, we have Bryce Daly checking in. What's going on, Bryce? Tell Dad I said what's up. One of the things that I know I miss, as well as I'm sure many of you miss, is the relationships that we have with all of the other swim parents. I'm used to being able to see them and talk to them at meets and socialize and catch up. Just not really possible right now. So thanks, Bryce. Hope all is well with you, and say hi to Mom and Dad for me. So we'll be moving on to heat 4 of 6, which will feature in lane 1, Taj Weeby in lane 2, Eve Piazza in lane 3, Sophia Wong in lane 4, Oshi Lowe in lane 5, Caitlin Lacey, and in lane 6, Anya Rivera. This is heat number 4 of 6 of the mixed 100-yard backstroke. Looks like we will have a full pool again, no unoccupied lanes. The swimmers are ready. Dickie Parasolt is ready as well. And here we go, folks. Heat 4 of 6, 15 and over, 100-yard backstroke. So your leaders at the halfway point are going to be Taj Weeby from Gators out of lane 1 and Caitlin Lacey from Gators out of lane 5. They are leading the pack here. So again, Weeby in lane 1, Lacey in lane 5. As they make the turn and head for home, it is Lacey in lane 5 who has the slight lead on Weeby. It looks like she's getting a little stronger here as she built up a little bit of a lead heading toward the flags. Then it will be lane 5, Caitlin Lacey with the victory. Taj Weeby coming in second. Third place looks to be a close one between Eve Piazza and Sophia Wong. Again, without the benefit of the timing system here for me to see, it's tough to tell who out-touches who. But that will conclude Heat 4 of 6 of the mixed 15 and over 100-yard backstroke. And that'll take us to Heat 5, which will feature in lane 1, Courtney Bogosian. In lane 2, Kendra Daly. In lane 3, Emily Kang. In lane 4, Paige Meller. In lane 5, Andrew Eng. And in lane 6, Meredith Teague. So your lone Crimson participant will be Paige Meller out of lane 4. Emily Kang has the fastest qualifying time coming in to this heat. She's at a 101.44, followed very closely by Paige Meller at a 101.67. So this should be another fun and exciting race as Heat 4 clears out the pool. Heat 5 is lined up here over along the far sideline of the pool and ready to go. As Kendra Daly is in this heat, I have to give her dad, Brian, another shout out. So Brian was a member of the 1980 Darlington American Little League All-Star team that made the Little League World Series. Darlington American, of course, was a powerhouse out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And Darlington would go on to lose in Williamsport to a team from Tampa, Florida that had both Dwight Gooden and Gary Sheffield on the team. Gary Sheffield in that game went 5 for 5. So a little shout out there to Brian Daly. Hope he's watching at home. Okay, folks, here we go. Heat 5 of 6, 100 back. Swimmers are off. They're in the water here. One good thing we haven't seen today very much is the officials' hands raised. So we've had a really clean day of swimming with not too many DQs. I can only remember maybe 1 or 2 here this afternoon. So your leader at the 50-yard mark is going to be Andrew Ing out of lane 5. He's being challenged, though, very closely by Emily Kang in lane 3. So we're going to have a really tight finish here Meredith Teague also pushing the pace in lane 6, as is Courtney Bogosian in lane 1. It's going to be Kang and Ing touching the wall first. Coming through here. Don't rule out Bogosian up top of the screen in lane 1. Emily Kang looks to have taken a lead, and it is going to be Emily Kang touching first. Andrew Ang touching second in lane 5. Looked like Bogosian came in third, but folks, we're talking less than a half a second between all of those swimmers. So what a fantastic heat number 5 here. And as we move on to heat number 6, this is our Fairway Independent Mortgage signature heat in the 100-yard backstroke, and it will feature in lane 1, Mateo Smith. In lane 2, Abby McGuire. In lane 3, Matthew Wang. In lane 4, Olivia Klipfel. In lane 5, Sammy Hagberg. And in lane 6, we will have a vacant lane, folks. We will have an open lane. It was supposed to be occupied by Ginger Berry. She is not here swimming today. Wish Ginger and her family the best. Again, not being able to see all of these friendships that you've cultured and developed from the swim scene is definitely one of the toughest parts here, especially for a very antisocial guy like myself. And I'm sure many of you found the humor in that statement. Okay, folks, here we go. Heat 6 of 6. 100 back. Lane 1 will be Mateo Smith. Lane 2, McGuire. Lane 3, Wang. Lane 4, Klipfel. Lane 5, Hagberg. And lane 6 will be open as the swimmers make their way. I'm going to get you a little closer to the action here because we're not going to have anybody swimming in lane 6. You'll see Mateo Smith in lane 1 with the very bright and stylish pink tech suit with looks like a little blue liner on it. Mateo, one of the very fast and talented 15-year-old Gator swimmers. He's fired up. I'm fired up. I hope you're ready. Heat 6 of 6, 100-yard backstroke. Here we go. And they are off. A great start here. I'm bringing you a little closer to the action here. And it's Matthew Wang out to an early lead, and what an amazing streamline Matthew has. He's in lane 3. He's on Gators. He is your leader at the 50-yard mark, followed by Mateo Smith in lane 1. But Matthew Wang is your leader out of lane 3. 1, 2. He's probably got a 2.5-second lead on Mateo Smith, who himself is flying through the pool here. So that just goes to show you how fast Matthew Wang is. Matthew Wang will take it in lane 3. Mateo Smith will come in second place out of lane 1, and it looks like it will be in lane 5, Sammy Hagberg coming in third. So spectacular racing all the way around there, and Matthew Wang just got shot out of a cannon from the beginning of that race, and he never looked back, folks. Never looked back. He came in with the fastest time, 56:19. I don't know what his actual time was, but he definitely paced the field here today, folks. And believe it or not, at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, we're moving into the final event of the day here at Pod Swimming. It is the mixed 15 and over 200-yard butterfly. There will be 3 heats in heat number 1. Lane 2, Savannah Lombardi. Lane 3, Max LaRoche. Lane 4, Eve Piazza. And that will be it, folks. Lane 5 will be empty. So lane 2, Lombardi. Lane 3, LaRoche. Lane 4, Piazza. LaRoche comes into this event with the fastest time here, a 2:24.68. Eve Piazza right behind him with a 2:26.49, followed by Savannah Lombardi with a 2:45.90. So we are in our last event of the afternoon, or I should say of the early evening here at Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island on this balmy Saturday night in November. Swimmers are making their way to the podium, or I should say not the podium, to the blocks. We will have Lombardi in lane 2, LaRoche in lane 3, Piazza in lane 4. Lanes 1, 5, and 6 will be empty. Here we go, folks. Heat 1, 200-yard butterfly. So the 200 butterfly, one of the most grueling races in swimming, right? When you talk about, you can talk about the distance races, but in terms of the 100s or 200s, 200 fly will definitely tax the system. Looks like Max LaRoche out to an early lead in lane 3, and I'm going to come out here a little bit so I can give you some perspective on LaRoche, who is in lane 3 with the yellow Gators cap. And he is pacing the field. Here, Max is a 16-year-old from the Gators team. Hits the halfway point here with a solid 6 or 7 second lead. And we're going to highlight you on Max here. We're going to do a swimmer spotlight on Max LaRoche here as he has the lead. Max, a very tall, lean young man, very strong strokes here. You know, I would offer you some technical analysis on Max's stroke, but as my daughter Addison tells me, I don't know anything about swimming. So I guess I can't do that, but I'll tell you, Max is going really fast as he competes here in the 200 butterfly. That was our swimmer spotlight as we come back out to the rest of the field. Max LaRoche out of lane 3. We'll take it. We do have Savannah Lombardi in lane 2. Eve Piazza in lane 4, so they're going to be battling for second place. Max LaRoche did finish strong. He got the timer soaked at the end of the pool. That is a tough one here. And it looks like Savannah Lombardi in lane 2 is going to come in second. From Gators, really nice shot here. Savannah's dad, Andy, is timing in lane 2. Just so happens Savannah is in lane 2. So really nice moment there as Savannah had herself a great race. But this was all about Max LaRoche, folks. Lane 3, Max LaRoche is your winner of Heat 1, the 200-yard butterfly. Swimmers will go through a cool down right now, and that will take us to Heat 2 of 3 of the 200-yard butterfly, which will feature in lane 1, Caitlin Lacey. In lane 2, Grace Bogosian. In lane 3, Olivia Klipfel. In lane 4, Kevin Jang. In lane 5, Meredith Teagan. In lane 6, Julia Pelchat. So our top time in Heat 2 will come courtesy of Olivia Klipfel with a 2:13.89. Next best time comes from Kevin Jang with a 2:16.48. This heat will be an exclusive Gators heat, as will heat number 3. So the day is over for all of the Crimson swimmers. They did a great job, and I want to thank them personally for joining us and having their parents, friends, and family join us on the live stream. So really appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed the telecast here, but we're into heat 2, which will feature lane 1, Lacey, lane 2, Bogosian, lane 3, Clipfell, lane 4, Jang, lane 5, Teague, and in lane 6, Julia Pelchat. Once again, you'll see that 1, 2, all of the ladies in this heat have on their tech suits. This is a tech suit heat. Everybody's got their tech suit on. Here we go, folks. Heat 2, 200-yard butterfly. So your leader at the 50-yard mark is going to be Kevin Jang. He's followed in lane 5 by Meredith Teague. So Jang and Teague out front here, lanes 4 and 5. Bogosian in lane 2 looks to be in 3rd place. She's making a little bit of a move on Teague here, but is still Meredith Teague in lane 5, occupying 2nd place. Kevin Jang in lane 4, firmly in the lead here. You'll see Kevin Jang making his way back. The race between Bogosian and Teague remains for 2nd place. Looks like Teague has about a head and shoulders lead ahead of Bogosian as we enter the final 50 here. Kevin Jang will be a winner in lane 4, but the real race is lanes 2 and 5. Grace Bogosian in lane 2. Meredith Teague in lane 5. Bringing you the action here, we have Ken Cartwright, the official. A little bit of an obstruction right now, but that's okay. Kevin Jang will be your winner. Ken Meredith Teague hold off Grace Bogosian. They are neck and neck here, folks. And it will be Teague in lane 5. Half an arm's length ahead of Grace Bogosian in lane 2. So once again, your winner here in lane 4 was Kevin Jang, followed closely by Meredith Teague in lane 5 and Bogosian in lane 2. That concludes heat 2. So we're approaching our final heat of the day. One of the great things about being able to do this is knowing that, my fellow parents that are out there are able to see their kids compete. Many of them, potentially, this could be like their last year of swimming. Who knows, right? Depending on where they are in life. So I do appreciate the comments from Sandra and Jeff Smith out there. It's my pleasure to bring Mateo swimming to you, and really everybody swimming to all the other parents out there. My pleasure here as we move into the final heat of the day, folks, the 200-yard butterfly. This is the Fairway Independent Mortgage signature heat of the 200-yard butterfly, and will feature in lane 1, Harry Fang; in lane 2, Ruby Groves; in lane 3, Sammy Hagberg; in lane 4, Matthew Wang; in lane 5, Dana Lee; and in lane 6, Alex Lopes. Your top time is going to come via Sammy Hagberg, 18 from Gators with a 2:05.23, followed closely by Matthew Wang of Gators with a 2:05.62. Hagberg is in lane 3. Wang is in lane 4. So here we go, folks. Heat 3, 200-yard butterfly, last race of the day. Let's get it. And once again, similar to the last race, Matthew Wang, after the 50, has a commanding lead on the field here. He is one very fast skater, folks. He's in lane 4. Occupying second place, it looks like it's Alex Lopes in lane 6, followed closely by Dana Lee in lane 5. But the story here is Matthew Wang, the commanding lead on the field here. And it is Alex Lopes in lane 6 here, folks, closest to the camera in second place. He's being battled by Dana Lee. He's also being battled by Ruby Groves up in lane 2 here. As we pan once again to Matthew Wang as he's about to touch the wall and turn into his last 50. But we have a developing situation, folks. Dana Lee in lane 5 has passed Alex Lopes in lane 6 to take the second place spot. Dana Lee, who you see in the middle of the screen here, in lane 5 has opened up a commanding lead here for second place behind Matthew Wang. Ruby Groves in lane 2 making a strong push, as is Harry Fang as well. Matthew Wang is going to be a winner here. Dana Lee is going to take second place. The question is, who's going to take third? Is it going to be Ruby Groves or Alex Lopes or Harry Fang? And it's going to be Ruby Groves in lane 2. Taking the third place position. So once again, a reset for you. First place, Matthew Wang. Second place, Dana Lee. Third place, Ruby Groves. And folks, that's a wrap. That concludes our 15 and over session here at Pods Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island. I hope that you will join us tomorrow afternoon as we conclude this 2-day meet for the 15 and over session. Once again, we appreciate your time. Great job by the swimmers today. So on behalf of Pod Swimming, Gators, and the Crimson, Jeremy Abreu signing off. Have a great evening.
So I realized my first crew was Mateo, Matt,